Good evening, everybody, except for you. You know who I'm talking about. Welcome to the Too Much Time on Our Hands podcast. Yet again, it's just me and the Daniel. Tom and Duncan have been detained after that hullabaloo at the Bolton Badger Festival. But we can't really do too much about it.
I'm just saying, it's pretty weird that all this Prince Andrew stuff comes out and also Tom can't make the podcast.
I mean, coincidence? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
but
it is,
it?
Yeah. We'll leave you to decide that one.
Yeah,
we probably shouldn't. He's not a nonce.
Well, yeah, it's for the courts to decide, really, isn't it?
How you doing?
All right, Daniel. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I figure let's go informal because there's only two of us, and because
as opposed to
was he talking to me? He was talking about me, wasn't he?
That's just for your paranoid imagination to worry about.
Yeah, sorry, Dad. No, we weren't. We were talking about Tom and him definitely not being involved with Prince Andrew.
Daniel, what are we talking about tonight?
We're going to do news.
Were you about to ask a fascinating question?
I was going to ask you what you've been up to.
Sure, yeah. Nothing really. Well, I did do a thing. I went to Glastonbury, sort of.
You went to Glastonbury?
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
I went to mini, average age 12, early bedtime Glastonbury, which was it was a lot of fun, actually.
It sounds fun.
So it's not glamping. I'm not going to call it glamping because there's no bed or anything. You just get an empty tent, but you don't have to take your own tent. There's no amplified music. There's only about 1,000 people on the site. It's really small. It was great.
Sounds good.
A lot of fun.
Couldn't have smuggled me in? No, it's fine. Whatever.
The car was at the point of rupture.
I saw a picture.
On the way out. It was a bit ridiculous. We took a lot more stuff than we needed. But when you're it was two kids camping for the first time. The weather was all over the place, so we were kind of equipped for every possible eventuality.
I saw the pictures. I'm obviously joking. Was the dance village there? Because
just like one lone casualty raving his tits off to music that only he can hear at 4 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just like bucket hat, zip up cardigan.
I think he's been there since about 1993.
Yeah, it's Bez.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same person. News, right? Should we do some news? I don't know where to start. I'm just going to go through the tabs, and if anyone's got any news they want to hit us with, you feel free.
Not enough news shows have user-generated content, do they? Imagine if Hugh Edwards was like, yeah, I'm actually a bit tapped this evening, so if anyone's got anything, ring up the BBC or just pop in. Come along to Portland Place, and
I spent more time.
They're in Salford, aren't they? The news operation.
Well, it depends who you ask, I suppose. If you ask anti-vaxxers, then they could be anywhere, really, I suppose.
Surely everyone knew that the BBC had moved out of White City a very long time ago, like 10 years ago.
I mean, it's almost like these are people whose opinions you shouldn't trust.
But I love that the ITV people must have thought, oh, they're attacking us. The weirdos think that we're the voice of power that's feeding the... they think we're the BBC.
They think we're the BBC, yeah.
Oh, it was nice while it lasted.
Like, it would have been funny if they'd have attacked GB News and there were more people in the building than watching.
Yeah, it was probably a fair few of the GB News presenters were in the crowd protesting what they thought was the BBC.
Yeah, they'd have loved that as well, yeah. Serious news channel that they are.
Mm-hmm.
Just ask Mike Oxlong and Mike Hunt, I suppose, and they'll tell you that, so yeah.
Daniel.
Yeah, actual news, yeah. Yeah, you're right, we're getting off track. I've got a big monitor now, so I can actually do all these on one go. So, hello, Jamie. Nice to see you as well. EA Sports College Football will include tech to seemingly integrate player likeness. So, there has been new rules that have come about, which means that players can earn money from their likenesses and all other kind of things, which is really good, because what it means is instead of having NCAA, for some reason I struggled to think of it then. It's not like I don't know anything about American football. They've now integrated this player likeness thing, which means that players will get paid for it. Their likeness is being on there as well, which is nice.
Because the players do not actually get paid, do they, in college football?
Not at the moment, no. No, they don't get paid at all. So what happens
basically
is
the assumption that you might get a career in the NFL at some point.
You went a bit fuzzy there, so I missed that. What was that?
Are they basically working on the assumption that they're going to get into the NFL at some point, hopefully?
Yeah, and that they've essentially been given a grant to actually go to university or college. So
yes,
they don't.
Although they spend 99% of their time training, I'd imagine.
100%. Well, yeah, 99%. Yeah. But on top of which, what that means is you get people that actually run the teams that earn a fat pile of cash off people that are earning no money whatsoever for essentially risking their lives for sport. It's completely
and they're not even
fucked up.
Like they can't do like endorsements and stuff, can they? Really?
No.
Can
Well,
they?
no. Well, now they can, but there's more rules in place to mean that they actually can. And I say what that means is we'll get a closer to Madden-like experience with NCAA. So before,
so what was it before? NCAA. Just a bunch of like blank-faced avatars, or just made-up faces?
Made up names, made up people, and there wasn't like any kind of like storyline anyway. And there isn't really in Madden anymore. They tried it a couple of seasons, and I think I was the only one that really liked it.
So in the college football game,
yeah,
the teams were real, but the players weren't.
Yep.
But they still released one of it every year.
Yeah, and still had a player on the front.
What actually changed? The made-up names were different.
Well, it's Russ. Stop naysaying the good name of EA here.
EA have annoyed me because I currently can't play Mass Effect because of how shit Origin is.
Origin is shit, isn't it? They introduced like new systems and stuff, and I'll tell you why everyone loves NCAA. It was the whole you do the player mode, which means you start in high school, you play a few games in high school, you get picked up by a college, and then when you get to the end of that, you can transfer your file to Madden, and then carry on.
It's
in
like
the NFL.
You've got an NFL contract.
Yeah, it's a bit like Mass Effect, how you
cool.
can carry on. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, but they did away with NCAA.
And you can get into the NFL unless you left Alenko on that planet.
or not at all if EA Origins is being shit. What happened, Russ?
I should have known better. So there's all those EA Play games have popped up on Game Pass.
Yeah.
And there was me thinking, well, if I get Jedi Order installed on the PC, I might actually manage to play it at some point. So you have to install EA Desktop, the beta version of that.
Yeah.
Which then refuses to link my Xbox account with my EA account because I had an EA account set up about 45 years ago under an email address that I've got no access to anymore. So I gave up on that, uninstalled everything, and now Origin won't let me. So there's nothing wrong with Mass Effect, but Origin won't start because it pops up with a chirpy fucking stupid annoying error message about you. So you can't have Origin and EA Desktop running at the same time, even though EA Desktop is not running and has been uninstalled from the computer. So it's really annoying. And the only way around it is to uninstall everything, including the Xbox app and Origin, and then go back in and reinstall them. It's very annoying. It would be a good 50% surely. Less annoying if the error message just said in plain text what was wrong instead of trying to be cool and engaging and quirky.
You hate that as well, don't you? That's like your least favourite thing.
When you see an error message, it means something has gone wrong. So do you really want that message to have been written by some twat social media engagement consultant who got his first job writing the annoying copy on the back of innocent smoothie bottles? Or do you want it to just say, this is what's wrong, this is how you fix it?
You really
at that point in the user journey, you are not in the mood for wacky brand engagement, are you?
We recently made you sign up to Discord for D&D, and I can only imagine with the little quirky comments come up. I can only imagine the rage that was going through your head at that time.
There's nothing wrong with it in its place and when things are working. But when your shitty software will not let me play the game that I've paid for, which there's nothing wrong with, the only reason Origin is there is so that EA can track the fact that I have played another bit of Mass Effect.
Yeah.
But now I'm not allowed to play the game that I've bought and paid for because your software is too shit to work with your other bit of software that's also too shit. Don't try and be humorous at that moment.
Do you remember when EA were like, They were the company that was head and shoulders above everyone else. Yeah, no, they weren't
the Mega Drive days, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were still the company that was voted like 3 years in a row worst company to work for, or something like that.
They don't have a good rep, do they?
No, I mean, let's be honest, better than Activision Blizzard, these shits that they are. Yeah, no, they don't have a good rep.
There seems to be a bit of an all-round cultural change sort of starting to happen. It's a bit like it, completely non-related, but the way that professional kitchens work and that you see on TV. And it's like over the last 10 or 15 years, they've realised that chefs don't all have to be hyper alpha male testosterone pricks screaming at everybody all the time, and with everyone being threatened with knives and burning pans. That doesn't seem to be necessary to run a professional kitchen. No. And hopefully the games industry will go through a similar thing where you don't have to be under ridiculous pressure and crazy crunch times permanently, and it's okay to take a bit longer to release a game to get it right.
I'm fine if GTA 6 comes out in 2027 or whatever.
Just Rockstar, a company that I'm sure has its own issues, but at least they never, they don't even bother saying 5 years in advance when a theoretical future game will be released to fit the investor requirements. They just say, yeah, we're going to do it, and it'll be ready when it's ready.
It's only on a webcam you realise that how plain this room currently is. It's super plain. I need to put some.
You got quite a wide angle there, haven't you?
Yeah, I need to sort that out as well. That'll come with the next one. Right, when I'm not spending 2 hours trying to get fucking mix minus working.
Look like you got a bendy door.
Doesn't it? No, I didn't even think about that. That is a bendy door. That's why.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, let's add to the illusion, I suppose. So yeah, NCAA looks, it's a game that Jack's asked, is it coming over here? All NCAA games were US only. I'd imagine it will, because I imagine they just could port it to.
Well, there's no sort of real cost to making something. You don't have to actually post boxes of games across the channel, the Atlantic anymore, do you? So.
You don't have to. I assume launch from a Canon.
Even if not very many people buy it, it doesn't cost them really anything more to add it to the European marketplace. So
no,
yeah, go for it.
Just proof that we've got 6 people watching us right now. So hello, 6 people. Congratulations for coming and seeing our faces. I suppose Tom would be chuffed. But I literally did any kind of like advertising for this like 10 minutes before the start of the pod. And it goes to show that like it really makes no difference. So thank you for joining us regularly. I just won't bother next time. Nintendo Switch has now outsold the PS3 and Xbox 360.
It sounds like the 360.
Yeah, it's on track to become Nintendo's biggest selling console by next year, which is crazy considering you realise how much the Switch, the Wii sold.
Yeah, that if it's going to be honest, outselling the Wii would be the really impressive thing. Bear in mind, they're basically giving away Wiis as like surprises. You bought like a train ticket and you'd get a Wii as well.
101 million units the Wii sold.
That is quite crazy.
Yeah, and the Switch has sold 89 million. The
Switch is very popular, but I still don't see them in the wild very much. I don't see people out and about playing their Switch like in the adverts. Maybe I'm not going to the right hipster roof parties.
No, yeah. I'm breaking off a controller and then.
I don't think that's how people are actually. But people might take it with them when they go somewhere, but nobody's really playing it out and about or on the. I see maybe 1 or 2 of like on a long train journey or something.
Let's be honest. We know where people are playing the Switch, right? Mm-hmm. Like, just do that. Just show that. Just like have the quirky person. You see a door swing open. You see the door close. You see a sit down or him sit down. And then you see, you hear bloop, 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 and then the Switch noises. Yeah. And then you hear a loo roll pulled, and then you hear a flush, and then they leave.
The print advert could just be a photo of like the shelf that everyone has in their loo with like a few comic books, maybe like a puzzle book or something, and then there's a Switch propped at the end.
Yeah. And then the next one is you see their mate come in, grab a controller, and sit down and play it with them on the little thing.
Well, it could be in 2 cubicles next to each other.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, except you can't. You need like a glory hole or something, wouldn't you?
Look at the screen through.
Look at the screen through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a way around this. Just share a cubicle. It'll be fine. Dan says, "Who would want to play a £300 console in a public place? I don't look tough enough to scare off a mugger." It's a good point. It's a fair point. Like there was times when I was wandering around with my bag, just randomly when I was like, right, so what have I got in my bag? I've got my iPad, I've got my Switch, I've got my phone, and I've got my headphones, and that all probably comes to about like £900 worth of stuff.
And actually, a Switch is pretty nickable as well, isn't it? Because you can just reset it. There's no... Like, a phone is fairly useless to actually steal these days because they just get bricked the moment anyone reports it. Whereas a Switch, you can just grab.
I've set up a TP-Link in here, and nothing has struggled to connect to the internet except the Switch, which I had to stand right next to it before it even considered like connecting to the internet. The modem on those things is shit. It's unreal. Anyway, so the Xbox 360 sold 86 million, the PS3 sold 87 million, and it looks like the Switch is on track to sell.
The PS3 outsold the 360.
No, worldwide, yeah, I think so. I'm surprised by that. I thought the 360 was, when it ended production, the 360 had sold 86 million units. PS3 had sold 87.4 million units.
Doesn't change the fact that the 360 was better.
See, but it was better. The 360, well, we're not going to go into back in the day, the 360 was the console that you wanted.
No, but it was, though. It was, the Mega Drive, the N64, the PS2, the 360.
Mm-hmm. PS2 sold 155 million units, which is crazy. So, yeah. How many did the Wii U sell? That's what I want to know.
Oh, about 4, I think.
Yeah, that wasn't very good. So yeah, so you're right though. Where are people playing the Switches? I genuinely think they're sitting in their lounge playing them while watching TV. I think that's most likely. I don't think anyone's taking them with them.
I've finished Breath of the Wild now, so I can't be asked doing like finding all the shrines or doing the DLC or anything. So I need a new big Switch game.
Mario Odyssey is quite good fun.
What is Mario? Is that like a platformer?
It's just a Mario game, yeah. It's good. But it's a Mario game where there's one point where there's actual humans, and then it makes you question what Mario actually is.
Oh, yeah, that looks quite scary.
Yeah. Dan says he's playing his Switch while watching this. There we go. You see? Yeah, I mean, just keep playing it, Dan. Like, it's way more interesting than it will be, probably, I would say. But thank you for watching. So, yeah, Switch sells loads. Dead Space 2 remake reportedly aiming for fall 2022. How are you feeling about Dead Space 2 remake, Russ?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's just part of getting old, but I don't think Dead Space 2 is old enough to need a remake.
Sorry, Dead Space, not Dead Space 2. I don't know why I said Dead Space 2.
Well, I mean, either of them. A remaster, possibly. Well, they did that, didn't they? I can't remember.
I don't know. They've never done that. But they're like proper. It's a proper remake, ground up Resident Evil 2 style remake. That's maybe why I was getting confused.
Yeah, but it's a lot younger than Resident Evil 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think it's worth it in something like Resident Evil 2, where like technology has moved on so far that it can completely transform the actual game rather than just making it look and sound a bit better.
Yeah. This was my attitude too, by the way, Russ. I just want to point out.
So, I'm sure it'll be great, but I'd rather see some actual new games coming out.
Well, I'd rather see a new Resident Evil. I'd rather see a new Dead Space game. However, went fuzzy again. Need to sort out the autofocus. Come on, focus.
Put your hand up in front of it, and then slowly pull it back to where your face is. It doesn't help the focus. It just looks really cool.
Thanks. So Jack, who is watching this, hello Jack, he pointed out that this might be a trial to see if they want to make another actual Dead Space game, which is a good point.
Yeah, it could well be. Although, have you not then just like got all of your Dead Space audience to go and spend their money on Dead Space 2 remade? I suppose it'd take a while before it came out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Dead Space remade, but yeah.
Is there? I mean, I'm not familiar with the plot of the Dead Space games. Is there room to add on another one?
Yeah.
Like narratively, does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like you probably don't have to be what's his name, Isaac, someone. Oh God, from Dead Space.
But then do you risk a Mass Effect Andromeda situation there?
You risk it, but
where all you've taken from the original games is the name and a vague sense of the art style.
Like, I don't think that, like, when you play Mass Effect, Commander Shepard is Commander Shepard. The controversial opinion in a second, but not from me. I don't think the central character of Dead Space is why you play Dead Space. You play Dead Space for the world more than anything. So
it's not exactly character driven, is it?
No, but at the same time, he was a compelling character. Don't get me wrong. They could probably get away with not having him, but I think he's in it anyway. I might be wrong. He's in the second one. Jack says, I mean, if the overrated turd The Last of Us is getting a remake already, Dead Space deserves one. Apparently, they're planning
The
to
Last of Us getting a remake is a bit ridiculous. That game does not need a remake.
No, 100% no.
It doesn't even need
that,
a 4K remaster. It's fine.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, it says, not really. After Dead Space 3, Earth is pretty much getting destroyed. I'm just saying there are ways around these things.
It was a dream.
Yeah, no one really liked Dead Space 3 because I never finished Dead Space 3 because I wasn't enjoying it. And I spoilers, I guess. No, you're good, Jack. Don't worry. Apparently, they're planning to introduce new features they weren't able to originally implement, which is cool.
Great. But do you know? Playing Dead Space, this could really do with a couple of new features. I guess they just weren't able to implement them. I hope they address that one day, and I can spend another £70 on this.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather get a new Dead Space game, but at the same time, if this leads to a new Dead Space game, because they realise there is still interest in it, which is kind of what although they didn't really do it with Resident Evil, did they? Because 7 came out before 2, but now they're all getting remade pretty much. So, but I can't
wait to buy Resident Evil 4 again.
Yeah, I can't wait to play Resident Evil 4 on 6 different consoles again. The remake on 6 different consoles, yeah. How do you feel about it? Because it's definitely going to happen, isn't it? Let's be honest.
I mean, I can throw all objectivity aside when it comes to Resident Evil 4. I've already bought it about 7 times. I think more than once on the same console, probably. So I will, it's going to be 45, 50 quid on the Switch, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I'll buy it.
Plus, they might be trying to compete with Callisto Protocol, which I'm assuming, Jack, you can explain that to me. I could type it in, but you explain it so much better. With the Resident Evil 4, I've realised I don't own it on PC.
Oh, I do. It's on Game Pass, isn't it?
Is it?
Or something? I've definitely got it on one of the various thingies.
I'm going to have to acquire it on PC anyway. I don't think I've completed it in about 8 years on any of the different formats. The short-lived iOS version, the Switch version, the Xbox, the variety of Xbox versions, the PlayStation 4 version. I don't think there was a PlayStation 4 version. I might be wrong on that. If there was, I owned it.
No, it's not there. I've definitely got it on someone on here. Yeah. I think it's on Steam. I think it picks up for about £4 one day.
Yeah. Also, there's only 6 years between the first Resi and the GC remake. It's a new game fairly by the original DS developers. Dead Space, that is not the Nintendo DS. I was genuinely getting confused. It's essentially, I think what Jack's trying to say is that it's essentially going to be a new game. If you've played Resident Evil 2, it's different enough experience that it kind of makes sense that. Which is fine, which is nice. Thank you for helping out there, Jack, because I don't think I could have got through that. So
I'd probably categorise that as a reboot rather than a remake. Remake suggests you are...
No, remakes are the ones that, ground up remake.
But if you're going to change stuff, I'd call it a reboot, which is where you've taken the core idea of something and then sort of done it a bit differently.
I think there's a difference between remake and remaster. Remaster is when they just touch everything.
Yeah, remaster is the same game, but they've... polished a few textures and tweaked a few. So that's the new Mass Effect is a remaster. It's the same game. Textures are a bit better. They fixed that fucking car. And that's about it.
Come back to me. Why is this taking so long all of a sudden? Come on. There we go. Fine. Okay.
Is there a physical switch on it to turn the autofocus off?
No, you need to download a software for it, which, knowing Razer, will probably cost £400. Right, so Dead Space done, dealt with. Moving on. I think it's pretty much a remake with the intention of rebooting the franchise. There we go. That's a good way of putting it.
It's going a bit noun and grumbling there now.
Yeah. Animaniacs Season 2 gets November release dates and teaser trailer. We're getting a new season of Animaniacs. 13 episode second season of Animaniacs will arrive on Disney-owned streaming platforms on Friday, November 5th.
Disney-owned streaming platforms? What else do they own apart from Disney+? Do they own Hulu? I can't remember.
They do own Hulu. You're
I can sort of vaguely assume that Disney own everything, ultimately, in some way, unless proven otherwise.
I would imagine Hulu's probably going to go by the wayside at some point, right? Hulu, yeah, because they definitely own Hulu, because it's like ESPN and stuff, isn't it? So,
yeah.
Because they own ESPN. Oh, maybe it'll be on like ESPN's streaming service.
So they might want to maybe like have a sports-focused streaming service or something.
But they do. That's the ESPN one.
Yeah. So you could like wrap Hulu and that up in something else. You've got a moth in your room.
I'm with you now. I know. Yes, I know, yeah. Got a window open in it because it's quite warm in here. So, Yakko, Wakko and Dot return for an all-new season of this iconic family-friendly series with something for everyone. Pop culture parodies, musical showstoppers, takedowns of historical baddies, and even some important safety tips. Join the Warners and Pinky and the Brain as they wreak havoc everywhere they go. Going Pinky and the Brain again, which is nice as well. Yeah. Did they say Animaniacs and Disney streaming service? I thought it was a Warner Brothers show.
It is one. They live on the Warner Brothers lot.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Will arrive on Disney-owned streaming platforms on Friday, November 5th. Maybe Disney bought it? Half the fun of it was that it was the Warner Brothers cartoons.
Do Warners have a streaming service?
Yeah, it's HBO Max.
Yeah.
All this stuff comes out on HBO Max. That's a really good point. I hadn't even thought about that.
You can only get HBO Max in the US, though, can't you?
Yeah, they say, as he says, they are the Warner Brothers and Sister Dot. And they even say, join the Warners and Pinky and the Brain.
So I'm presuming that in the US, you'd get it on HBO Max and everywhere else it's on Disney.
In our full review of Animaniacs Season 1, we said, while not every joke lands, Hulu's Animaniacs revival proves. So this is a revival. I didn't even know that existed.
Oh, God, that's a new word beginning with R.
Revival. There you go. Let's add that one in as well. Yeah, it's on Hulu already, apparently, so we're probably never going to get it.
Well, apparently it's going to pop up on Disney Plus, so we'll just have to look out for that.
Who knows, yeah. Hulu's Animaniacs revival. Have to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
What have we got next? Netflix's Wednesday Addams spin-off has its Gomez. It is the upcoming Netflix series featuring Wednesday Addams appears to have its Gomez. Collider reports that Addams family patriarch will be played by Luis Guzman.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Who has obviously a giant statue in Greendale Community College. So
yeah, he should be pretty good actually.
I'm cool with that. I think that's quite cool. Yeah, this new show will be directed by Tim Burton with Smallville's Al Gough and Miles Millar serving as showrunners. There's also more news to this. I'll see if I can find it. Here we go. Yep, and Catherine Zeta-Jones will play Morticia.
Okay, yeah, I'm into it.
So Luis Guzman as Gomez and Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
A TV series centered about Wednesday Addams, I'm assuming still played by Christina Ricci.
Yeah, she's what? 17 now?
Yeah, it must be. Yeah. Definitely, yeah. Dan says maybe Disney has finally bought up every piece of pop culture real estate, including probably, the Warner Brothers water tower that's at the start of Animaniacs. Yeah. Jack says, Tim Burton, I'm out.
I know. I think Tim Burton can be a bit Marmite.
Yeah, I quite like Tim Burton though. Did a good job with Batman. Admittedly, that was 31 years ago.
Yeah.
But 32 years ago. But yeah, so bring it. Yeah, that sounds quite exciting. I'll watch that. Tim Burton doing Addams Family.
I mean, come on, that's a stylistic.
Did he not do the original Addams Family?
You mean the original movie?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, not the original one.
I don't think so, no. Do we need a quick side trip to IMDb here?
I don't know. Dan reckons Tim Burton's shtick has run its course. Possibly. I'd imagine Danny Elfman's doing the theme tune, so that would be nice.
The 1991, it was Barry Sonnenfeld that did the 1991 version.
Yeah, I'll give it a chance. I like the casting, so. Yes. Russ.
Yes.
When you go out, you still wear a face mask, I'm assuming?
Yep. I'm still pretty strict about it if I'm going in anywhere enclosed.
Yeah, me too, obviously, from work as well. Jack reckons he hasn't made a good film in over 20 years. We will revisit that at some point, I think. Maybe not in this podcast, but he might be right. I quite like Dark Shadows. When was that? That was recent-ish, wasn't it? Dumbo was...
I never saw that.
Not great. What, Dumbo or Dark Shadows?
Dark Shadows or Dumbo.
It was all right. Dark Shadows. It wasn't like... Come on, camera. It wasn't like brilliant, but it was... in
20 years. When was 20 years ago? 2001?
2001, yeah.
That's terrifying, isn't it? So since then, there's been Corpse Bride. I don't know how that's as a producer.
No.
He hasn't actually... Oh, I'm looking at the producer section on IMDb. That's the problem. Where's director? There we go. Since 2001. Big Fish, that's maybe pretty good.
Yeah,
Charlie and
maybe
the Chocolate
Crime.
Factory, Corpse Bride. That's a short. Sweeney Todd. Alice in Wonderland,
Sweeney Todd's
Dark
quite
Shadows,
good.
Frankenweenie. That's meant to be very good.
Frankenweenie is meant to be great. I haven't watched it myself. Yeah.
A music video for The Killers. Big
Oh,
Eyes.
yeah.
Miss
Big Eyes
Peregrine's
meant to be
Home for
shit.
Peculiar Children.
Yeah.
Dumbo.
Yeah.
And that's it.
He hasn't.
Some
to be
good ones
fair,
in
some of the more recent ones weren't great. So, yeah, maybe.
Well, he's directed more good films in the last 20 years than I have. So.
Well, you say that, Russ. I've watched some of your movies. They are, I mean, they're very amateurish, but they are good for. Come on, seriously, I've not moved.
You got to keep your face perfectly still. Because you got that big plain wall behind you. As soon as the focus point touches that, it will freak out. Because there's no lines for it to get a focus fix on.
Dan says Big Fish was great. Probably the last one I saw that I liked. I liked Sweeney Todd. I thought Sweeney Todd was good, mostly because he looks like Dave Vanian from The Damned. But I thought Sweeney Todd was good. Like ripping him off looks like Dave Vanian from The Damned. So that's nice. Right, yeah, face masks. That's what we were talking about before.
Yeah, for some reason.
Yes. So, what do you have? Do you have a fancy face mask? What have you got on your face mask?
I've got something my mum made.
Oh, what do they look like?
Just sort of face masks, really.
You got one on you?
Today, I've normally got one in my pocket somewhere.
Yeah.
This little stripy number.
Oh, that's lovely.
And just a plain grey for a more formal look.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, mine are just mostly black, but I've got some of the critical roll ones because I have too much critical roll.
Got to represent him.
Exactly. Well, what if I told you could take the RGB from your PC and put it on your face?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Your face mask. Razer is holding beta tests for its RGB face mask, the Zephyr.
It's not April the 1st, is it?
Nope.
Why?
Because it looks awesome.
The one place
I've been paying attention
where everybody says, oh yeah, fine, it's okay to take your mask off, is at home on your own at your PC.
No, you take this with you. It's got RGB on the actual face mask.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's like a clear face mask so you can see people talk as well, which is really good. They've put a ton of work into this design. It's called Project Hazel, and now it's the Zephyr.
And the brief was, how can we charge people over $100 for a face mask?
That was going to be my next thing. It's Razer. I dread to think how much this thing is going to be. Dan says
it doesn't really matter how cool it looked. If you saw somebody wearing one of those, you would think they were a prick, wouldn't you?
Unless it was me wearing it. I'd think they were a prick, but it would mostly be through jealousy, I think. I think I'd want one. Dan reckons RGB face masks are almost a year too late.
They've got to stop cramming RGB into stuff. Like, keyboard, fine. Mouse, pushing it slightly. Mouse matte, no.
My Razer mouse is...
Does your mouse matte have a RGB strip around the edge?
My mouse mat at the moment, because I was previously using a desk board, is The Last Book on the Left. So it's my last podcast on the left book.
Because I mean, it means you've got to have a power cable going into your mouse mat. And then it's starting to get very stupid with things like, the little stand to put your headphones on. That has to have its own independently controlled RGB. And
Russ,
then even...
You cannot say anything. You sent me a picture earlier.
I've got some static LED strips on the back of the desk. That's it. They don't do anything. I don't have to.
Yeah, and you probably got none
using
of your
Razor Chroma
PC
or
as
anything,
well, right?
And then they just sell those little towers
Yeah.
that don't do anything. Their sole purpose is to have some RGB in them.
The ones that you sit in the corner that are meant to project it to the walls.
I think they do, but they do just a little one. It's about that big. You just put it on your desk, and it's just a little thing of RGB for no purpose whatsoever.
People love RGB. I'm now at a point where I'm like my computer's got relatively little RGB and it's got a touch, a little bit of purple in there. Mm-hmm. I quite like that now, so I'm going to go with that. I think Russ just sounds jealous. You just want the face mask. Admit it, Russ. Like, look it up afterwards. The Razer Zephyr.
I'm not waiting till afterwards. I'm doing it right now.
You're doing it right now. This thing, you're going to hate it. You're actually. I know you well enough to think that you're going to absolutely hate this.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Is that Elon Musk wearing one?
Oh god. Okay. Well, I don't want one then.
Oh god! It looks like a sort of a tactical airsoft mask.
It does, doesn't it?
The smartest mask. Fucking Christ.
I do. It does. There's part of me that it does kind of appeal to me that, like, when the Chicago Bears play, I could walk down the street and have it glowing blue and orange. Because currently, oh no, I've got a Chicago Bears face mask. I could just wear that.
This face mask comes with a special charging case. Your face mask shouldn't need a charging case.
The charging case looks really cool though. And guess what, Russ? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Little strips of RGB in there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew this would wind you up. Oh, come on! Quite chuffed with myself for that one.
No, yes, come on, Razer. Nobody was asking you for this.
No, but they just did it. I would like to think it'll be heavily subsidised, and any profits will go to charity.
But it's right. You don't actually have to buy it. You can just get an Instagram filter that will make it look like you've got one on.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, have you not done that yet, Russ? That's surprising.
Jesus Christ.
If you need more news, the new Avatar RPG Kickstarter has become the biggest Kickstarter ever after only a few days. That's Avatar: The Last Airbender, by the way, not Avatar.
Blue Space Cats.
Blue Space Cats fucking horses. Yeah. So yeah, it's done quite well. I saw that because I suggested it to someone that might be watching the podcast.
Yeah, there's been quite a buzz about that, hasn't there?
Yeah, definitely. Looks quite good. Gamescom. Xbox is going to be at Gamescom. They have said that they are going to be... here we go. Xbox blog post said in-depth updates from some of our previously announced Xbox Game Studios titles, alongside some of our third-party partners, including some of the incredible titles coming to Xbox this holiday, upcoming releases to our monthly subscription service, Xbox Game Pass, and much more.
It's starting to get to sort of Christmas release announcements time, isn't it?
Yeah.
The games that they are confident are going to be done in time, they'll start dropping trailers and stuff for now.
And I'm cool. Dan's just sent me a picture of him playing his Switch while watching the stream. And I'm cool with any kind of announcements they want, because it usually comes with, and here's like another 10 games on Game Pass. Brilliant. Let's do that.
Yep.
So we'll wait and see. There's a few games obviously that they've announced that look quite good. I'd imagine we'll get some more Forza. We barely saw any of the campaign for Halo, and that's meant to be out in a few months as well. So
yeah, I'm getting a little bit worried about that.
Although everyone is loving the multiplayer.
Well, doesn't it just feel like Halo 3 multiplayer?
Yeah, and that's fine, right? Halo 3 multiplayer is the best one.
Classes and loadouts and stuff like that? Because I never like that sort of thing.
No, you literally run, you try and grab a weapon before someone else does, from what I understand.
And it doesn't matter what you look like, everyone moves the same, has the same abilities, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and at the same time, you can't be it's an arbiter, isn't it? You can't be because they always had an advantage during Team SWAT because their head was in a different place.
Was the actual
headshots had to aim lower?
Hitbox for the head was in a different place.
Yeah, which is a dick move.
The best thing I ever did was not, I mean, in my entire life, well, maybe in a Team SWAT game on Halo 3 was in midair from one of those cannon things. One trigger pull 3 headshots on 3 separate people.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I never played it after that.
I did it. I was well chuffed. I got the achievement for killing 2 people in midair with the laser. Because the laser took ages to charge.
Yeah.
And 2 people literally just jumped like this at the exact right time and then poof, killed them both.
Nice.
You couldn't headshot them from behind as well, Jack pointed out. Very good point.
SWAT, no, because it's meant to be...
Yeah.
SWAT was brilliant, wasn't it? What was it? You had no motion tracker.
No shields.
No shields, but you had quite a lot of body armor, but then headshots were pretty much instant.
One-shot kills, yeah. So the thing I never really understood was because I used to run around with a pistol. So you could still aim with the pistol, and the pistol was fun as well. So, I want to play some Halo now. Do love Halo. Steam Deck doesn't get a performance boost when docked. I don't think this is much of a surprise. The Nintendo Switch gets a bit of a boost when it's docked.
Yeah, but I suppose something like the Steam Deck, it's much more... It is what it is, isn't it? It is the PC.
Yeah, all you're doing is literally plugging it in to a TV cable and
basically, I mean, you could probably not use the official Steam Deck dock. You could just use any old USB-C dock and then have an HDMI coming out of that. If you were to take the built-in Linux system off of it and just put Windows on it instead.
Yeah.
Because all these news articles about it, they're basically the same thing. They're saying it is a PC. Anything you can do on a PC, you can do on this thing. It's just small.
Have you seen the map to Forza Horizon 5, Russ?
I have not. I guess you're already plotting drift courses already.
I'm quite excited. There is, like in the last one, there's a motorway that just runs all the way through, and I'm just wondering what speed I could hit. Mm-hmm. I'm so excited about Forza Horizon 5. It looks awesome. There's a mountain to climb. There are a variety of different biomes, they've said. You can go near a river. There's 2 different beaches. There's cities, mountains, hills, countryside. There's a stadium you can drive around. It looks really cool. Racetrack at the festival is massive compared to Forza Horizon 4 and looks awesome. The airport at the very bottom of the jungle looks amazing, and there might be a jump at the end of it. So you imagine just pelting it along on the airport. You remember when was it Vice City that if you turned the turret round on the tank and you pelted it down the airport?
Oh, you can sort of propel yourself along.
Yeah. And you could get ridiculous distances. Well, yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah, I'm so excited about Forza Horizon 5. I can't wait to play some of that. That's all that's announced for that.
I think after Mass Effect, I might get back into Forza.
Come play, yeah. If I'm ever free,
try and knock off a few more because I've got quite a lot of stuff to still finish on it.
Yeah, I love Forza. If we,
I'll wait until Forza 5 comes out, and then I'll get really back into Forza 4 and just make you play that instead.
Don't be that guy. I need to figure out where I'm going to need to pre-order it from to get all the cars that I need, because I'm not making that mistake again. Apparently, Jack says it's 1.5 times bigger than Forza Horizon 4's map. Jamie says I should really start playing games made after 2016.
But then you've got to have a modern PC for that, haven't you?
Yeah. Speaking of retro games, the Amiga 500 is returning as a mini console.
That was only a matter of time, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm kind of up for some mini Amiga 500. Will include Worms, Another World, the Chaos Engine. Chaos Engine was a really fun game. I remember playing that.
Original Worms was...
Yeah.
Oh my god, the time I spent on that.
Yeah. Zool, Ninja from the Nth Dimension.
I had Zool on the Mega Drive.
Yeah,
that was good.
It was good. Did it come out on the Mega Drive?
It certainly did, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like an Amiga exclusive.
No, I had Zool on the Mega Drive.
Yeah. Oh, weird. Battle Chess is on there. I used to love Battle Chess. Another World. No flashback though. Breed 3D. This is making me feel incredibly nostalgic. Comes with an authentic style 2-button mouse and also has an 8-button gamepad for those hoping for controller support. The retro console will ship with additional ports to allow fans to plug in a separate external standard PC keyboard for additional functionality.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need to get one of those. Like the Amiga 500. I had a 1200 Russ, so it's not quite what I was used to, but I guess I'll make do. Yeah. Jackass Forever and Bam Margera is suing Paramount and Johnny Knoxville over the firing.
They just sort of didn't invite him to join in, but as far as I can tell, he's being a complete prick to everybody.
He's just in a bad place, I think, is the general consensus, and I can believe they probably didn't handle it very well, but I can also believe that he didn't handle it very well as well.
Yeah.
I might
have mentioned this before. I'm sure I saw a thing from Steve-O, of all people, sounding very measured and calm and reasonable and professional about it. And you think, come on, if Steve-O is the one making you look bad, you need to think about how you're acting.
He's the sensible one nowadays.
Yeah.
But have you seen him recently? Yeah. He's got his shit together. Jack asks, what's an Amiga 500? All right, you're young, we get it. That's fine. Jamie says, my dad bought himself a Mega Drive as a Christmas present and played it a lot more than me.
Nice. I fully intend to do exactly the same sort of thing.
You reckon I don't know. I think Fife will be able to kind of like get you out of the way.
He likes
to play.
playing Breath of the Wild, but he just sort of wanders around. And then doesn't like getting attacked by monsters, so well, then just sort of teleport somewhere else.
James says he always wanted a SNES as well. I was always quite happy with my Mega Drive. I like my Mega Drive. So. Yeah,
I think if you're into that sort of thing, it's fine. But I think the Mega Drive definitely won that one.
NASA mission reveals probability of hazardous asteroid parts up to the nearly 300 years. So it gives them time to start training those miners to get up there and solve that problem. So yeah. It's using NASA's deep space network and state-of-the-art computer model, scientists were able to significantly shrink uncertainties in Bennu's orbit, determining its impact probability through the year 2300 is about 1 in 1750. We'll be long gone by then, the way the planet's going anyway. Or 0.057% the release route.
Yeah,
the release reads, we'll be fine. Screw it. Should be worrying about the Belters launching asteroids. Well, shut up. You not watched season 5 yet?
Of The Expanse?
Yeah.
No, not yet. I'll get around to it. I'm busy.
Sure.
I've nearly finished watching all of The Office.
You've watched that like 6 times, Russ.
Yes, that's the point.
It's
my doing the washing up TV. The Expanse doesn't work for that. I just stand there in the kitchen staring at it.
Yeah, true. James Gunn reveals the gift that Margot Robbie got him on the set of the Suicide Squad. I thought this was going to be more exciting than it actually was. The day on Suicide Squad set when Margot Robbie gifted me an official Love Island water bottle after learning we shared this very guilty pleasure.
Nice.
There you go. So he's got a... I watched Suicide Squad.
You good?
Yes. No, it is really good. It is really good.
How good is it compared to the first Suicide Squad?
Oh, night and day. Like so much better. But at the same time, there are bits in it I wasn't keen on. I know that's not a popular thing to say. Like this, the popularity of this film reminds me of when Mad Max came out, and like everyone that saw Mad Max was just like mind blowing. And in that instance, Mad Max was mind blowingly good. This, I think, there is a lot of it's better. It's so much better than the original version that we kind of look past maybe a couple of the flaws that are in this film, but it's not. It's still good. Don't get me wrong. It's still very, very good, and it's a million times better than the original version.
Yeah.
So yeah. Jack said had the Mega Drive 2 with 6-in-1, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, Italia 90, Columns, Revenge of Shinobi 3, and Super Hang On. That's a collection. It is a collection.
Yeah, that was a good one. That.
Jamie says he had Jungle Strike on the Mega Drive, which was the bane of his existence.
Jungle Strike was fucking brilliant.
Jungle Strike was the best one.
Oh, definitely the best one. Yeah.
Desert Strike was good. Jungle Strike improved on Desert Strike.
Urban Strike. Too much.
Too much.
Don't get out the helicopter and run around. Prick.
I used to. One of my favourite things in Desert Strike though was that the first thing you could do was go and pick up the best co-pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just go right, travel all the way across the side, pick up the co-pilot, and away we go. Used to love that. Played a lot of Desert Strike. Didn't play quite so much Jungle Strike.
Jungle Strike was, oh god, yeah, that was a phenomenal game.
Yeah, I could definitely. Maybe.
And you could get to a point where you felt proper skillful with it, like with the inertia that the helicopter had.
Yeah.
So you could sort of, with your
drift in
axis D-pad, you could kind of drift it around quite a bit, and yeah, it was good.
Yeah, good fun. Taika Waititi says he has a story confirmed he has a new Star Wars. Taika Waititi confirms he has a story for a new film.
Good, great.
This is still working.
I'm still getting used to the fact that there's just new Star Wars stuff happening all the time.
Yeah, and I know lots of people aren't keen on it, but like if you get the right directors to do it, like get Rian Johnson to do another one, get Taika Waititi in to do a film, I'll watch it. Yeah. I might join the people whinging about there being too much Star Wars, but at the same time, I'll then.
But also, it takes a bit of the pressure off of it. They don't all have to be the best film in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. They just have to be better than the prequels, right? That's the benchmark, yeah. Prequels. Although people love the prequels now, apparently.
Rise of Skywalker failed.
Isn't.
It is worse than 2 of the prequels.
It's worse than all the prequels. It's the worst film. I'm standing by that.
It's better.
The Rise of Skywalker.
It's better than Attack of the Clones.
No, it's not. It's the worst film. Right, The Rise of Skywalker is... And part of it is just the crushing disappointment of everything they could have done. Just being set alight in front of you. But it's a dreadful film. Jamie says he didn't think much of Mad Max. And then Jack says, given your opinion on Last Jedi, I'm not surprised, Jamie. There is that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Banter.
If you don't like Mad Max, I mean, there's something wrong with you. Come on. It's
so good.
It's basically
so good.
Perfect. What could you do to that film to make it better? Turns out there was only one thing, which was release it in black and white. And then
it did. Yeah,
so it's untouchable.
Yeah, I agree.
Just brilliant.
Saving the big news to last. We're kind of light on news. News! Idris Elba cast as Knuckles in Sonic Movie 2. And people are getting far too horny.
The thing that really took me
by
surprise about this was that they're doing a Sonic Movie 2.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently the first one was sort of all right, but
it's good.
Surely
people liked it.
Everyone that would want to go and see a Sonic movie is at least 40.
Yes.
I mean, have they not missed by about 3 decades the time to do this?
I don't think it matters. I think people are cool with it, Russ.
I mean, I'll see the Sonic movie at some point. But
yeah,
sure. Idris Elba as Knuckles. Why not?
Some of the comments on Twitter are far too just absolute horniness.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. If there was one thing that could be done to make Knuckles a target of sexual attraction, it's gonna be. That's gonna do it.
It's just ridiculous.
Who's gonna play Tails?
If Tails is in it.
Voice Tails. I mean, Tails has to be in it. You can't get Knuckles in before Tails.
Well, some of the comments probably mentioned some of that. But it's... Jack says the first Sonic was great. My 5-year-old nephew loved the hell out of Sonic. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Fine. I think it's really good. I just don't really get why there are Sonic movies happening. It does not seem to be at the forefront of the cultural zeitgeist.
I think it is. I think it is more than we think. I think we assume that only we played Sonic, but I genuinely think that people are playing Sonic and consuming Sonic, and there might be an element of, if you know Sonic through the film, it might not be a bad thing because there are only bad Sonic games. Mania, that was a couple of years ago. That was good. Oh, Tails was in the after credits after Sonic 1. See, that's a spoiler, Jack.
Ah, there we go. That's good.
Who voices him?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, 1992 was when the last good Sonic game came out.
No, the last good Sonic game was Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania was the last good Sonic game. That was really good.
Sonic 2 was the last good Sonic game.
No, it wasn't. Sonic 3 was good as well.
It was all right. It wasn't better than Sonic 2.
And Sonic and Knuckles was okay as well.
Again, it was all right.
Jack's made a good point that there's a new Mario film coming out as well. And kids shouldn't be into Mario.
But Mario is more part of pop culture nowadays than Sonic is.
I think
he's still very much
even.
Nintendo's little mascot, isn't he?
I think they're pretty much even.
No, come on. There's been so many more. Like every Nintendo console launches with a big new set of Mario games.
Yeah, for the 40-year-olds like us. Ugh. That didn't sound nice. I didn't like that. It's not like Russ to be contrarian like this.
But I mean, surely Mario is more of a like. Do you not think more people around the world would recognise who Mario is than Sonic is these days?
I'm saying, if a blue hedgehog turned up and says, "I'm here to hang out with your nephew," compared to someone that looked like Mario,
yeah,
I'm not letting Mario in.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm just saying that I would rather, kids.
It's not even gas safe registered.
We've been through this, haven't we? We did this on searching questions. That was the word I was looking for.
What's this business?
It was me trying to think, Russ.
Fair enough.
Obviously.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Dan says the death of Sega consoles has lowered Sonic's profile, though.
I mean, it really has, yeah. And the death of good Sonic games.
Sonic Mania, Russ. Play Sonic Mania. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Is that
it's like a window back into your childhood, yeah.
Yeah. I have Sonic Mania. It is very good, but it is just Sonic 2. That's why it's good. I'm talking about all the weird 3D Sonic games where you had to do a lot of fishing.
Yeah, no, they weren't great. I'll give you that. They weren't great. Russ, I'm so jealous of your PC set right now. I'm surrounded by cables and it is not doing anything for my anxiety. Was
like for, I thought, I'll get a new desk. So all I need to do is just sort of yank everything off, swap the desk around, chuck it all back on, and be fine. It took 3 weeks.
I just dread that. Like, I got all this set up and I cannot believe I've filled up every USB port on my PC now.
I couldn't believe how many wires were involved in the whole thing. I thought we were meant to be all wireless now. There's a shit ton of wires in here.
Yeah, no one trusts wireless because for good reason as well, because it's generally slower. But yeah. Dan says Sonic Mania was free on Epic Store recently, so you should own it.
That is where I got it from. I think pretty sure I got it on there. Yeah, Sonic Mania is great, but it's great because it's Sonic 2.
But that's So you're saying it's a remake of Sonic 2? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Or a reboot or something. It's kind of like a remix, really, isn't it? Because you do...
You see the cardboard boxes?
You get all the different power-ups from the different games popping in at different... And like the different enemies from different games all coming together.
It's a love letter to other Sonic games.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nice. I think that's it. That's all I've got news-wise anyway.
I'm just going to punch the microphone and that's how we finish this thing.
Yeah. I do see where Russ is coming from. The game was a mix of levels from the first few games and some fan-made ones. There you go.
Yeah, so it's not a new Sonic game, is it?
No. It's good, though.
Yeah. And it's good in large part because you don't have to wander around as a purple cat trying to catch frogs.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong there. Also, like the early 3D games where it was like, it's still as fast as Sonic. I don't know what I'm doing.
You just couldn't do anything.
Exactly, yeah. That was a little too much. But there we go. I think I'm done, Russ.
You're done?
Yeah.
Just with all this in general?
Yeah. No, the podcast. I think that's it. I don't think I've got anything more. Should I wrap this up? Generations was good. That was good as well. That was the one that split between the original ones and then the new one. That was good. I like that one as well.
Yeah.
At least 50% of that was the old star levels. So yeah.
And then there's a bit because there was the bit where Kirk turned up as well, wasn't there?
I fucking love Star Trek Generations. I know it's not popular to like that film, but it's a good film.
It's not a good film, but it's an enjoyable film.
Yeah. It's Malcolm McDowell as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he's really good in it. He's a good.
It's really good.
Okay, do you want to take it up a notch for this one? Can do.
Just chew away. Just chew that scenery. And then First Contact was just good.
The best one.
I think it might be the best Star Trek film.
It is the best Star Trek film.
Yeah. Sonic All-Star Racing was great as well. We're getting messages here. That was great as well. Genuine Mario.
Dan, big fan of a novelty kart racer.
Yeah, we should do a ranking at some point of novelty kart races.
Diddy Kong Racing. Diddy Kong Racing was great. Could you drive a hovercraft in Mario Kart? No, I don't think you fucking could.
You definitely can.
In the original Mario Kart, fuck off you could.
Okay, but you can, I'm pretty certain you can drive one in the greatest kart racing game of all time.
Muppet All-Stars Racing.
Muppet All-Stars Racing. Muppet Race Mania.
I had a Looney Tunes one as well on the Dreamcast. It was a strange time. I was going through some stuff, don't ask.
God, what's Crash Bandicoot one as well? Crash Team Racing.
Oh, CTR, yeah. I mean, that's just meant to be really good.
Yeah. What was the Sony one they did? That was quite good as well. Sony All Stars or something, I think it was called.
Who are the All Stars? What, you got like Solid Snake driving a little cart around?
I can't remember.
It's just a cardboard box with wheels drawn on it.
Yeah. I'd play that. But yeah. So yeah, although let's be honest, the latest incarnation of Mario Kart is the greatest kart racing game.
Yeah, I mean,
probably ever.
Good.
It is really good. Really good. I think I'm done. Should we wrap this up?
That is all the news.
Yeah.
So toots Dylan news.
Yeah. Do you want me to close this out?
Yeah, or we can just sort of wander off. It's up to you.
I mean, we've kind of started down that path, but we probably should do it properly. A bit underprepared tonight, you might have noticed, because I spent 2 hours trying to set up a mixer so it'd work with this podcast, but failed miserably. We will be back next week with, I think, a Tom. I think Tom will
probably
be on
a Tom.
Next week. Probably
a Tom. Maybe not the Tom, but a Tom. We'll just go and grab one.
Let's say we're going to get a Tom, right, for next podcast.
Well, then see if just jealousy forces him to actually
just
get back from badger baiting.
Any Tom and get him on the pod if he can't make it. Let's do that. There will also be PS4 kart game with Mod Nation Racer. Thank you so much, Jack. That was the one I was looking for. That is exactly the one. It was really good as well. I need to catch up with releasing the podcast. I've had a bit of stuff going on recently, so there will be the previous pod will be going up probably the same time as this one. I'll probably get them both at the same time, and then also 2 pods from Marveling Marvel coming up as well. We're going to do our Suicide Squad review. We're going to be doing top 5 Denzel Washington films, and the What If episode 1 review as well. All bundled into about 2 podcasts, we reckon. So that's going to happen soon.
Nice.
Try to keep up. And then next week, we'll do something fun. I'm going to make that promise again. Fun. Finger promise. Yeah. And I think the best kart racer is Halo. There you go. He's not wrong. Driving a Warthog. Absolutely brilliant. Next week then. We'll do something fun. Yeah. Cool. If you want to contact us, hit us up on Twitter or Instagram, just at TMTOOH. I strongly advise you come and join our Discord. It's a lot of fun. And if you're listening to the podcast, why not come see our beautiful faces every Wednesday, 9 p.m. on the YouTubes? It's definitely worth it. I've got like new stuff now as well. Like I've got stuff in the background. You can see.
Nice, very nice.
There'll be more stuff being added fairly regularly. So yeah, you want to see what I'm pointing at? I'm not going to explain.
Well, if that's not a reason, then what isn't?
Yeah, come join us. Yeah. Back next week. A lot of fun. Thank you for listening and watching and being involved. With that, do I say cue the music?
I mean, was that you saying it then? Because I didn't press the button.
Cue the music.